Hello, anyone that's followed my advocacy for years has seen how difficult it's been to get medics to engage with ME, C.F.S as a health issue. For years, my community have been banging our heads against a brick wall trying to get medics to get educated about ME, C.F.S. We were encountering lots and lots and lots of negativity telling us it is not a physical illness, it's psychological. The ME/CFS community has just had a massive breakthrough in terms of the NICE guidance first draft coming out saying do not recommend graded exercise therapy, do not recommend CBT as a treatment because it doesn't work. There are no effective treatments for ME/CFS. But at exactly the same time, long COVID came along. Long COVID patients, particularly the patients that are medics themselves, have been adamant that they do not have ME/CFS. Let me be absolutely clear about this. I now have ME and long COVID, and I have ongoing organ damage. I also feel like I've got the cyclic virus thing going on that many long COVID patients are talking about. So I now think I have ME and chronic long-term COVID, whichever name you want to give it. So I know that there are differences between the two. What I'm getting annoyed about is those long COVID patients who find after they've done any kind of activity are crashing. Their symptoms are flaring significantly. That is called post-exertional malaise, and that is the key defining characteristic of ME/CFS. So while these long COVID affected doctors are adamant that long COVID isn't ME/CFS, what I would do is say, please get educated about ME/CFS before you say that. Because before COVID hit, the vast majority of medics worldwide had not had any training on ME/CFS, and there was also a very large chunk that believed it was psychosomatic. So if it's an illness that is surrounded by stigma, of course you don't want to have it. What I would ask, I want anyone with long COVID to accept there is going to be a minority, and I stress, underline 3 times, a minority of patients who will go on to get ME/CFS and possibly have organ damage on top. There are 3 different types of long COVID. One of those is ME/CFS, or something very, very, very like ME/CFS because it's got post-exertional malaise. I'm getting really cross because so many people are adamant it's not ME/CFS. How do you know if you do not know what ME/CFS is? Could you tell me what the diagnostic criteria are? Because when I see tweets from patients about I've got this, and this, I'm like, right, yeah, that's diagnostic criteria for ME. The only difference is the organ damage. But COVID damaged the organs. COVID also triggered ME/CFS. That's my thoughts on it. I'm not saying everybody's going to get ME, and I've never said that from day one. I think it's around 10% of people that have long COVID, and you're called long COVID if your symptoms last more than 2 weeks. Many, like 45%, are recovering by the 3-month point. So the 10% of patients of long COVID patients at the 2-week point will still have ME/CFS after the 3-month point. So actually the percentage that have got ME/CFS at the 6-month point is probably more like 30 or 40%. Some with, some without organ damage. The others will have post-COVID syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so before you state categorically that your patient does not have ME/CFS or you don't have ME/CFS, learn what ME/CFS is. Because most don't even know what the diagnostic criteria are. Anyway, I'm going now. Thank you very much. Catch you later.